Hey folks, welcome to Caching in the Northwest. You know this is the official podcast of GeoWoodstock 18 right here in the Great Pacific Northwest. Now, it's Thursday at 9 p.m. Pacific, and I'm Chris of the Northwest, and we're going to talk about geocaches and geocachers from here and all around the globe. So while you're tracking flying reindeer with weather radar, I'm not sure how that works, we'll be caching in the Northwest.
I don't know if you figured it out, let us all know. Tonight, though, we're talking about caching on holiday with Scott Berks. Hey, Scott, welcome.
Hi.
All right. I'm going to get to you in a second, but first, it's time to bring in our, well, it looks like a Japanese snow monkey to me. Some say he'll be a prune by the end of the show, and others say his wit, well, it's drier than Grandma's elbows in December. All we know is he's called Len Monkey.
Well, hello there, my friends. Good to be joining you guys. I am on location, as they say, on a little geocache road trip, and wanted to join the podcast and hang out with you guys and with Scott. But I also wanted to hang out in the hot tub, so I made a compromise, and I'm risking all my electronics. So,
well, you should have adjusted the white balance because the color tone makes you look cold.
Oh well, I am in Canada.
Oh, well, Great White North, eh?
He kind of looks like the ice wizard from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the old 60s cartoon. Remember that?
Oh.
There you go.
He does.
I'm Mr. Cold Blister.
Hey,
that one. Yeah, okay.
You had the Heat Meister and the
Cold Meister.
Who was the,
something like that. I can't remember.
was it the Cold Meister?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, but we have a research department, and really,
Yes.
this
Yeah,
is
I
what
think-
they're for.
I think that was different
Get on that.
than Rudolph, but who knows? We'll
That was
find out.
different than
Was
Rudolph.
it the Baby
yeah.
New Year one?
I think Rudolph is the Bumble. Maybe he's the Bumble because Bumbles
Oh.
bounce.
There you go.
I love
As long as I'm not the
monkeys
abominable snowman, because I still got all my teeth.
I'm not sure if monkeys bounce, but anyway, we're glad to have you, Len Monkey, hot tub or no. And live audience, we want to hear your thoughts tonight, both on caching on holiday, on Scott Berks, and on monkeys and hot tubs. Throw it
Why
all in
not?
the chat. Why not?
All right.
Yeah,
Donner says, if you look closely, Mrs. Monkey is in there too.
she is in there somewhere.
Oh,
There
it
was-
was the Winter Warlock.
That's it.
Oh, the winter.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yes.
That's what it was. Thank you.
We knew it would come in the chat soon.
There you go. You can always depend on the chat. Well, this is the point in the show where we always, not only do we like to, check our facts on TV specials from the 70s, but
60s.
they're the 60s.
They're
Yeah,
right.
good point, Scott. Oh, really? Okay. But we also like to thank our patrons and our sponsors. And, we want to thank our corporate patrons. So first of all, Land Sharks, our Denali level corporate patron. And a reminder, if you don't know, this Saturday, December 18th in Victoria, BC, it's GC8 Hotel Juliet Foxtrot 6, the community celebration event hosted by the Land Sharks. And Caching in the Northwest is crashing the party. It'll be the best place to be in West Bay Saturday night, December 18th. Log your will attend, and we will see you there. And hey, we're talking about holiday geocaching, and I guess there's still time for holiday shopping. I mean, we talked about it last week, so I guess it's still time to shop,
Who started that already? Come on.
right? But you
That's
can
why
visit
there's
Land.
still time.
Yeah.
There you go. You can visit landsharks.ca, where every $25 you spend nets you a cool holiday trackable. Check it all out on landsharks.ca. And not to forget our corporate Denali level sponsor, Gold Country Geotourism. Visit exploregoldcountry.com to learn about the awesome geotour, the region, and plan your adventure. That's on Facebook or on the interwebs, exploregoldcountry.com. And hey, if you want to know more about just supporting this show, like I think dozens and dozens of people do, and we appreciate every single one of you,
Very much.
head over and click that Patreon link on the cachingnw.com, a website.
That's right. Hey, folks, if you want to add to tonight's chat, and I know you do, use the hashtag holiday to put it right there in the chat so that our chat lackey can pull that out and help us to pull out some of these great comments that you're going to throw in. And of course, you can use the hashtag FATAS if you have anything that you want to throw in to the after show. Do we have any news this evening, gentlemen?
I've heard a little bit of news.
All the news that's fit to print?
Land monkeys in a hot tub. That's news.
It is news. That's good news to me. But we got some news about Adventure Lab. I don't know if any of you have opened the Adventure Lab app recently. Have you checked it out recently in the last couple of weeks?
I haven't, but I hear it just keeps getting better and better.
They've made some improvements, and the Adventure Lab app details screen has had a makeover just in time for the holidays. They've improved the usability, added new handy information such as estimated time to complete. I think we talked about that in a previous show. Access to reviews, a progress bar, and my favorite thing they've added, numbered stage pins for sequential adventures. So let us know what you think, listeners, about the updates to the Adventure Lab app. And hey, if you think there's something that is still pending that they should be doing to it, we'd love to hear from you.
And so would geocaching.com.
Well,
yeah, probably.
Because you can tell us, and we do love to hear from you, but we can't do anything about it.
we could agree.
Yeah.
There you go.
We can offer
Isn't that
you
the whole
moral
point
support.
of podcasting?
Yeah.
That's right. We can make you feel better by talking about it.
Feel you all warm inside. All right. Well, that's all the news that there is tonight, and we're going to jump right into it and introduce our guest, Scott, the infamous Scott Berks. I've heard so much about you. I've heard you on podcasts and all that. Yeah, Land Monkeys pointing at him. So I think this is the first time, however, I've had a chance to meet you on a podcast. So
yes, it is.
Welcome. It's nice to meet you. And
thank you.
You know, we have at least one listener out there, maybe 1.5, who might like to hear a little bit more about you and hasn't met you. So can you tell us a little bit
you said
tell us a little bit about yourself and some, I don't know, give us all your personal data with banking information and mother's maiden name right at the top of the list. No.
I'm curious why infamous always comes before me. You're not the first. Why? Well,
you're beyond famous.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's more than famous.
I'm Scott Berks. My caching name is Scott Berks, which is, one of the most unoriginal caching names there is. It's just my name, one word. I didn't think it through when I started my account. I know you can change your name, but now it's just who I am. Along with the Cub hat, that's just how I'm known. So yeah, that's just my name. I've been caching since 2008, a long time. I just crossed the 20,000 threshold a couple weeks ago. I'm at like 20,003 or 4 caches.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Wow,
yeah.
that's quite the milestone.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, my and the best part was my 20,000 was a 5.5 lamp skirt. That's what it was. It's a 5.5.
I feel like there's a story there we're going to have to get into.
It was a 5.5 lamp skirt. It was a 30 states in a year challenge, which me and my wife did this year. We visited. I hit 35 plus Washington D.C., which doesn't count anyway, but it's almost 36. But I get 35 states this year. My wife is up to 40s. I think she'll be by the time she's about to go on a 10-day drive, so she's going to be at 45 by the time.
Wow!
In 1 year.
In 1 year, yeah.
That's incredible.
Wow, that is a lot of travel.
Yeah. Well, we traveled a ton this year. Yeah. We, so I hit 35. So I got that one. So yeah,
Congrats on
that was my
too.
20,000 was a 5.5 lamp skirt. How fitting. So I've been caching a long time. I've been podcasting for 11 years, since 2010. I did the Chicago Geocacher podcast for 4 years, a very popular one back in the day. It went for a little over 4 years with me and Walt Grogan. And then I started on the Geocaching podcast in 2013, and I took it over, like producing the show and the main host of the show in 2018. And I've been doing that ever since. So it's where I am, doing every Wednesday night on the Geocaching podcast.
So very cool. Live call in.
Live
The
call-in
only
show.
one, right?
The only one. Yeah, the
Yeah.
only live call-in show. It amazes me nobody's stolen it. I'm assuming out of respect. I don't know why nobody else does it.
Because it's a heck of a lot of work. That's
It
why
is.
nobody else does
It
it.
is.
You know, honestly, it is, and it's a heck of a lot of money too. Don't get me wrong;
Mm.
it's a heck of a lot of money. It's very expensive to do. And if you don't believe me, just do research. You know, we've had listeners, you know, call my bluff and be like, "Come on!" Then they do the math and they're like, "Wow, that's a lot of
Yeah.
money. It's like hundreds per month. It really is." Like I went into a deep hole getting the podcast set up before we got patrons and all that. And now it's self-sufficient now. It's all self-sufficient.
Awesome.
This is why when we beg for money because like we have, you know, like I don't want to pay for it, you know. So but it's
Who
it's
does?
awesome. It's a lot of fun though. It really, really is. It's a lot of fun. Good chat rooms are awesome, but like it's so cool to get other people's opinions, you know, especially
Sure.
when we have the discussion shows and people do call in, you know, and it's awesome. I love it. You know, it's a
So
lot more
cool.
fun than just listening to me rant for an hour, you know.
Well, and viewers of the live video here, your phone number's there on your mic boom.
Yeah, don't
Eight-
call in.
808 area code. Isn't that Hawaii?
It is Hawaii, absolutely.
Okay.
But it's 808 got swag. And
Okay.
so we could actually when we were trying to set up a phone number, you could choose wherever you want.
Sure.
So I was typing in, you know, I tried an ammo can, anything. And I got swag, but it was 808. I'm like, I don't care. What's the difference?
Yeah,
So-
I have a New York prefix with a phone number of Wits End, so I can
Oh,
relate.
geez, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I have that's
Maybe
why
that's like how Hawaii funds all their infrastructure and everything is by
Could
selling
be.
these phone numbers.
phone
These,
numbers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and it
it's,
wouldn't be on tourism because nobody wants to go there.
No.
So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, and like just to you know, I've had, you know, a couple of times I haven't been on the show, and Jessie, my wife, has had to do it, and she's like, I don't know how you do it. Like it's a lot. It's juggling, you know, it's juggling phone calls and this and the soundboard and everything. It's just, you know, it's a lot of work.
Mhm.
But it's fun.
Mhm.
I mean, I enjoy
It
it.
is.
I still enjoy
Oh, you
it.
guys do
Almost
a
a full-time
fantastic
job.
job of it too.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's fun. I'm honestly, I'm amazed nobody's taking the idea. And now I love it. I guess we claim we're the only call and talk show, so like maybe we're like, okay, all right, respect. You have it. It's yours.
No one's contending it. Yeah.
Yeah, no one's. So I mean, Daryl has helped me figure out how to do it, so it's not like Daryl. You know, I can't take all the credit. Yeah, so Daryl W.
I think Daryl has helped several people get their
He's
podcast
helped everybody.
started.
Yeah, he's helped everybody.
Exactly.
But like, I mean, I knew how to do it, but like, I wasn't sure the call-in thing, how to make it work and actually get it to work, because it's nothing new for the GCPC. They've had it done in the past, but not the way it's done. I mean, we do it correctly. I have a call screener. I could see who's calling me, what they're calling about, right on my screen. You know, like as I'm bringing them in, I know what they're going to say. A little secret there. I know what they're going to say before they say it. Yeah, I know.
What?
I know. If anybody's watches our show, they're like, really? You know? Yeah, I know.
Hold on, let's take a break while I Google what the next answer should be.
You know, so I know exactly what they're calling about and what they're going to say. So I may act surprised, but I know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so and Jesse types it in. Jesse types it onto the screen. Like this is Land Monkey from Canada. He's calling about, you know, a question we had last week about this. You know, so
They're earth caches.
There's
and
caches.
hot
yeah. So I'll know exactly what's happening. You know, rarely do I, unless I say I'm bringing him in hot, then I really have no idea who's calling it. Oh, that's bitten me. But like, unless we say, I'll literally tell the callers we're bringing them in hot. Like I don't know who it's calling. You know, but other than that, I usually know. So, but it's fun, and it's you know, it keeps it interesting rather than just the same thing because it's always different. You get different callers and you get different, you know, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, you with a caller, you can take a podcast just about anywhere, right? I mean, who knows what topic?
You never know
they're
where it's going to go.
at.
Yeah, you never know where it's going to go. Yeah,
Yep,
so it's kind of
exactly.
nice. Yeah.
Very cool.
Now-
Hey, go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, Scott, you've got over 20,000 caches.
Yeah.
If you had to pick just one type of cache that you could only find from this point on, what kind would it be?
An ammo can in the woods.
Oh, good call.
That's what it would be. Yeah.
We found one of those today.
Do you mean like a
No more
traditional
skirt lifters?
or like just what kind of? I would be an ammo can in the woods. That's
Okay.
I get, to me that's the most fun I have caching. I mean, I do plenty of park and grabs and, you know, but to me, it's getting out there and hiking in the woods and getting deep out in the woods, on a beautiful day, is nothing better than that. And finding an ammo can,
Mhm.
finding a freaking nano in the woods, it's a crime. But finding a nice big ammo can, in a down tree is amazing. There's nothing better than that. Yeah, that's what it would be.
Good answer.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Cool.
Go ahead, Land Monkey. I interrupted you.
Well, that's all right. I mean, I had a question earlier that I was gonna ask, but it was about your geocaching handle, etc. And we covered that off earlier. So.
Yeah.
But I have a different question that we didn't write down. So this is kind of like when callers call in hot.
Oh, he's going off grid.
Going off the grid. There we go.
Okay.
Well, I've got my finger over the button. I can cut him out.
Are you ready to censor? Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. I have had the privilege of talking to Scott on a couple of podcasts in the past, and it's always been a lot of fun. But I am curious, given that you do a live show and such. We talked about the amount of work that it takes to do that. How much prep time do you think goes into doing one of your guys' shows on an average week?
For me or for everybody?
Well, for the team, let's say.
Oh, it depends on the show, really. I mean, if you got something like we do a cache or coffee show, which is nothing, it's nothing. But if we have like a person on, if we have somebody on, I know a couple of weeks we're having a sponsor on. Yeah, I think we're having oh God, I'm horrible. I'm sorry, I'm tired. It's one of our sponsors is coming on, and I'll prep for that. When we have our contests or something like that, I prep for those. So average prep time for a show to get it all set. I mean, I have to get all this. I don't know, a couple of hours, 3 hours a week. Prep time for a show, depending on the show.
Yeah,
Like for example, I think next week is our listener contest where the first 3 listeners that call in, they get to be in a contest where I ask them questions like a Jeopardy. I have to come up with all those questions and do it all. So that prep time is huge. I've been working on that for months. So stuff like that takes.
So it depends on the show, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. Our year-end review show that I do we have Daryl come on every year, do a year-end review. I've been working on that since September. Getting all that set up and going through the months. We go through the months and everything that happened every month in geocaching, whether it's personal, like for us, like me hitting 20 grand in November, or like the new souvenir for October, it's stuff like that. So I have to go through and find all that stuff. So it's kind of nice because it's a year-end review of literally everything that happened in geocaching throughout the year. So it's kind of nice, but it takes a long time. So
I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. Maybe we'll steal that idea.
Go ahead.
No, don't have time this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll just have Scott call in and tell us everything that happened during the year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's
maybe
funny.
for our year-end review, we can just tell people to go listen to Scott.
Oh, there you go.
What I've noticed, and I'm saying, I in no means saying they steal from me because I'm sure they don't. But like in January, geocaching does the same thing on their blog. They do the whole year. So like I could literally wait another month and do it and steal other stuff. But no, it's it's our last show of the year, and we always have Daryl on, and it's always the last show, and we go the year in review. So it's the next show. It's not this show; it's the next show.
Hey Scott,
Yes.
we'll switch gears to the topic that we brought you in for tonight.
Okay.
As much as we love just talking shop,
Right.
So those who may be familiar with the geocaching podcast and some of your exploits in the past know that you have a holiday geocaching tradition.
I do.
And so we'd love to hear a little bit more about that, like maybe how it got started, how many people are involved, and what it is.
Oh my God, my lights just turned back on. Did you know?
Hey, speaking of the holidays.
How about that? How would they turn back on? So it is geocaching day, is what it's called. And it is December 25th of every year. It's Christmas Day. The way it started was I have a friend, obviously Jewish, as am I. I'm Jewish. It was 2009, and my friend, I see it's caching name is I see it. We both, so it's not, I didn't start, it's me and him together. I freely give him the credit as well. We both started together. He said, what are you doing for Christmas this year? I go, nothing. I'm Jewish. I'm doing nothing. And he goes, want to go caching? I'm like, can we do that? It's just like, yeah.
Is that allowed?
He's like, yeah, let's, I'm like, all right, I'll find a place. And so we started, and I my hand to God, I don't remember who came up with the term geocaching day. I don't remember which one of us did. I'll let him have it if, I think I'm not just going to grab it, but I don't remember who came up with it, but we came up with rules. There are rules to the game. Certain rules you have to follow. If you geocache, you should follow. It's for geocaching day starts before the sun rises. You have to find your first cache before the sun rises. So you usually get up about 4 a.m. and so you can get out there. And it's urbans. That's it. Geocaching day is all about the numbers. It's all about the numbers because, and the reason behind this is it's Christmas Day. Nobody is out on Christmas Day. The police aren't even out on Christmas Day. I have driven in the city of Chicago in a park on the sidewalk with my car, driving to go get caches. I've been in the middle of Michigan Avenue, walking down the middle of Michigan Avenue in Chicago, barren, like an apocalypse, walking, getting caches. Nobody's around anywhere. So I've been driving in Rockford, Illinois, on the lakefront on the grass, driving, like grabbing caches. So that's the beauty part of it. So it's all about the numbers. The goal of geocaching day is always 100 in a day. That's your goal. That's the goal. See, that's why you start early, because so you want to find those urban power trails. You want to find those urban cache bunches. The best you can do. So you hunt all day. You find the first cache before the sun goes live, and then you hunt all day, and you have anywhere between. So and then you eat about, I think we usually stop at 2 or 2:15, and you got to have Chinese food. That's the next rule. Next rule of geocaching day, you eat Chinese food. Why? It's the only thing open.
That was my next question.
That's right. The only thing open is Chinese. You got to have Chinese food. Now, believe it or not, it's hard to find a Chinese place. You'd be surprised. I have to research wherever the place I pick. I have to do research and find a Chinese food place because it's got to have seating. It's got to have inside seating. It's got, So, and then the best part of it is anytime after 3, but before 5, you got to hold an event. Okay. You hold an event. So every year I have an event, usually around 3:30, from 3:30 to 4. And you see how many people will leave their family on Christmas Day and come to an event. And then whoever shows up, I yell at them and shame them for leaving their family. And then after that, after the shaming ends, then geocaching day officially ends once the sun goes down, because it's Chicago, it's December, the sun goes down around 4ish. That's when the day is over. So literally sun up to sundown, like the Jews do, sun up to sundown. That's that's the Sabbath. So the sun up to sundown, that's when you do it. And and that you can keep going if you want, but that's geocaching day in a nutshell. Those are the main things. And you have to listen to Christmas music on the radio. That's kind of a rule.
Okay.
Too. You got to listen to Christmas music. We have instituted over the years, more recently, you got to wear Christmas sweaters as well.
Ugly sweaters?
Sweater. Yeah, that's been instituted later. That wasn't in the initial charter, but that's been added. That has been added.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, that's pretty much geocaching day in a nutshell. I mean, it's funny. I look at my. I've been literally doing this since 2009. Every year, every Christmas day, I've not missed a day. Ivan doesn't really do it anymore because his kids have grown up, and now him and his wife go on they go on away. They get, the kids are done. So Ivan does it every now and again, every couple of years. Ivan joins, or I see it. Excuse me, the cashier. So I've been doing it every year. And you asked me, which day of the year do you have the most finds on? That's Christmas Day, by far. Christmas Day. I have over thousands of finds at Christmas Day.
I just looked at my stats. I have 2 on Christmas Day.
I probably have about 1,500. Yeah, without looking at my stats. I gotta have about 1,500. So it's a great day to cache. I urge everybody to do it once because it's so much fun. Because urban caching is, you're always looking around. You're always looking around. No one's around. You could just the loud screeching things doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. No one cares. And it's great. And like I said, you could drive anywhere. You could double park. I've once driven backwards up a ramp, because nobody's out. Nobody's around.
Like an entrance ramp to a freeway?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the wrong way? We got to go back up. No problem. No worries. Nobody's around. Nobody cares. It's amazing. So it's kind of like a day to do what you want and be free. Once you hit about 11 o'clock, then you get a little bit of, because people are going to their families. They're done with Christmas and they're going to their parents' house.
Right.
And whatnot. So you get a little bit of traffic, a little bit of cars. Start to see cars. But early in the morning, but between 6 and 10, nothing. Not a car. Not a car. Yeah, it's really nice. If you want urban caching, it's awesome.
I've had slightly similar experiences on New Year's Day. It's not
quite
as
New Year's Day as well. Yeah,
but it's pretty quiet when you're out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
because what else is there to do on New Year's Day?
Nothing.
I don't have a hangover, so I don't need to sleep in.
Yeah, and the beauty part.
Everybody else does. Yeah.
The beauty part of it is that you never know in Chicago anyway. You never know the weather you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
We've cached on geocaching day in snowstorms. We've cached in a t-shirt. There's been 60-degree days. There's been snowstorms. I think we're getting targeted for like a 30-degree day, but no snow, which is good. So it's, I've had it where we've had ice storms where we were, we had a really crappy day because, we were just banging lanterns with mallets all day, trying to get them, because they were frozen shut, so it's hard, man. But it's a lot of fun to do. And it's if you're Jewish and you're a geocacher, it's what else you going to do, and over the years, I've had people talk to me about it, and even people who aren't Jewish, do it now. But they may not start at 4 a.m, but they go out and cache. It's something to do and it's fun. And I'm a big advocate of it. And I try every time I get Brian Roth on the show, I always try and get that souvenir. He just won't give it to me. Won't give you like, come on, man, give it to me.
Well, maybe Starcacher has an idea here. He says, have you developed a good website since you were finally able to get geocaching.com name?
I did. I got some Jewish girl geocacher in New York had geocaching.com. And I was like, and I was waiting her out, and she wasn't even doing anything with it, and then I'm one to talk. I've done nothing with it either. I've had it for a couple of years. I want to build a site with all these rules and stuff like that. I do. It's just, that's what I do for a living. So, when you do something for a living and then you have other stuff on the side, that stuff on the side, you don't want to do it when you come home. You do it all day. So
I was going to rib you and say, well, if you only knew a web developer.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
The cobbler's children never have shoes. So that's how it goes.
So yes, I do have it. And I think actually a listener bought it for me too. And I can't remember who. It might've been Jim. Actually bought it for me and then forwarded it to me. Like, you can have it. Cause they actually watched it. And when it was available, they snagged it and gave it to me, which I appreciate it very much. That's awesome.
So very cool. At least redirect it to your website, right?
Oh, it does. It absolutely does.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it does. Oh, absolutely. It doesn't go anywhere. It goes somewhere. Yeah. I think it might go to GCPC. I think it might go to the Geocaching Podcast. At geocaching.com. See where it goes.
There you go.
Yeah. I go.
So you mentioned researching Chinese food and other things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any problem finding other facilities when you're out and about, if you need to use a restroom or something else? Can you find open stuff, or you just you're in a city park? Who's going to notice?
It's funny because it's changed over the years. It used to, when we first started in 2009, 2010, nothing was open. Now, almost everything's open. You'd be surprised. Yeah, you'd be very surprised. Every gas station's open.
Okay.
Certain McDonald's are open. It's Dunkin' Donuts is all those are open. That's a donut place. In the Midwest. Those are all open. So it's really, and it's like I say, it's changed. It was not like that early.
Yeah.
Something, yeah. So
Well, certainly not when I was a little kid. If we got a present on Christmas morning that needed batteries and we didn't have any, we couldn't do anything with that toy until the next day.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
And I said even as early as 2009, 2010. I mean, nothing was. I remember. Yeah, I remember once. Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom, and it was a struggle to find a place. It really was. Now it's easy. Now we stop in at Dunkin', we stop in, get gas or
Sure.
whatever. Yeah, it's really easy now. Yeah, it's no problem. But it used to be, but not much anymore. You'd be surprised. Yeah.
Now, has the pandemic changed it over the last year or so?
Yeah, it did actually. Yes, it did. Good question. Last year we could not hold an event because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, we weren't allowed events.
Oh, so you didn't actually have it because there you just broke your own rules.
Yeah, that's against the rules.
I know. I agree. What can I do? I tried. They wouldn't let me. And we only did Adventure Labs is what we did. We targeted Adventure Lab. We targeted like the Route 66 in Illinois, that whole series in Illinois, and we just went down the road and just grabbed Adventure Labs just to be on the safe side, not to touch anything,
Sure.
So yeah, so it did change a little bit. Yeah. I think we hit about 70 Adventure Labs or something like that total, I think. So we got close to the numbers, in terms of number of labs, but yeah, it did change. Yeah, it did change it a little bit. Other than that, no, aside from no event, we still had Chinese food, and we still, did most of it. Chinese food was open. We didn't eat inside. We ate outside. We ate in the car. But other than that, if we picked it up, we got to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, it's a good time. It really is. It's a lot of fun. It really is. And over the years, we've had a ton of people. We've had Daryl. Daryl came once.
Mm-hmm.
I had Daryl drive out one year to do it with us. It was awesome. Another tribe member, another Jewish guy. And so it's some days we've had 12 people, and some days it's just me and Jesse. Some years it really depends. Jesse's not even doing it this year. Jesse's missing for the first time in 8 years. She's going on a culture. So I got one of my friends, Cody Dog, coming with. He's gonna come with me this year. Geocache and non-Jew. I'm pulling him away from his family. Yeah, he's taking one for the team, man. God bless him. So yeah.
We'll see what his wife says when he gets back.
No, he's not married. It's okay. He's not.
Oh, okay. Never mind that.
Yeah, he's a wife would be no contest. I can't. Yeah, I'm not winning that. I'm not winning that battle. Yeah, that's not happening. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It really is. Yeah.
Nice. Now, go ahead, Wits End. Did you have a question?
Oh, I mean, I think he's pretty much covered it. But you talked about it's an urban day. You stay in the cities, but do you ever venture out? I mean, it's like, gosh, we've cashed everything out. Let's go over into that wilderness park. I mean, I don't know how many wilderness parks are in downtown Chicago, but
no. We usually I've only done downtown Chicago once.
Oh, okay.
I'm due actually to go back to downtown Chicago because it's it's repopulated. It was years ago. Actually, I did it twice. I did downtown Chicago, literally downtown like Michigan Avenue and that surrounding area once. And then I think 2011 or 2012, I was working on a challenge called the 606 challenge, which basically was getting one cache in every area code, right? In every every zip code of Chicago. Fun fact: there's 81 zip codes in Chicago, and so you have to get one cache in every one of those. Well,
do they all start with 606? Is
they
that
all start with 606?
Okay, got it.
Okay.
So as you can imagine, certain parts of the city are not the best place to go in Chicago.
Sure.
So all I had left was those caches. Well, I figure Christmas Day, 5 a.m., a white guy in that neighborhood probably, isn't going to get bothered too much. So that's what we did that year.
Are you wearing a red suit and a beard?
that year, that's what we did. We went and hit all those bad neighborhoods that I wouldn't even go in the daytime, let alone in the nighttime. But yeah, so I did that one year. But other than that, no, it is basically it's an urban day. It really is, because it's a numbers day. Because this is the one day a year that you can literally go anywhere and cache anywhere, and nobody's bugging you. There's not a car anywhere. So you want to hit those strip malls. Wait, just bing, 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 bing. That's when you want to hit those. And trust me, when I say it's getting harder to find, I have to start to try and find, because we hit, big areas.
Right. You've cleaned out. You've done this for so many years now.
Yeah, right. It's been like 12 years, our 12th year doing it. So it's hard to. I found a good one this year, but it's getting harder to do. It is.
That leads into my next question: is do you go overnight somewhere to prepare? Right? Or are you going far enough away now that you're getting a hotel room to get up early in the morning and hit that remote area?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Believe it or not, not yet. No, I think the place we're going to now is 45 minutes away. It's not horrible. It's more just getting up earlier.
The greater Chicagoland area covers quite an area.
Yeah, it really does. It's just a matter of just finding, because you don't want to have to. I mean, you're going for time, because you have from sun up to sundown. So you're trying to get the most. You're trying to find a really dense populated area. You don't want to have to like go here and then drive 15 minutes to go get the. You're trying to find an area with a good set. That's why like a power trail or something like that is pretty good, or a grouping is pretty good. But so not yet. I foresee it happening, within the next 5 to 10 years. God, I lived that long. So that would probably start to happen. But as of right now, no, I'm still able to get in the areas.
Do you ever pass over some during the year? You come up like, oh, I'm going to save that for Christmas Day.
Areas I do. Yeah. No, areas, what I do is sometimes in like July, I'll just, if I'm bored at work or something like that, my boss doesn't listen to this, I'll just start looking at the map and be like, oh, and I'll find a GC and I'll just make a note of the GC and I'll put, geocaching day 2021, and I'll put the GC down, or something like that. That's how I found 2 years ago. That's how I found it. I was just scrolling. I'm like, oh, look at that group. Look at that. I think once we went to Indiana, just on the outskirts of Indiana, just because there's a big grouping right on the border, like a huge line of just.
Would that be around Gary, or is that?
That would be around Gary.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was put out. It was like a whole like little like line thing like this, just caches. It was fantastic. It was beautiful. So we'll do parks, but not a woods, because it's cold. You really don't want to get out of your car more than you have to.
Yeah. Well, it's Christmas Day. You can drive your car in the woods.
You could, I guess. But we have you'll go to a park, or the side of a road. If the woods are the side of the road, but you're not trying to hike. You're trying to get as many as you possibly can. Yeah. So again, it really depends on the weather. We've never had rain, but we've had snow, and we've had sleet. I had to push the car out of getting stuck a couple of years. We've had to, get guys out and push.
While you're driving off road.
Yes. Yes. I'm not pleased. I'm proud of it, but yeah.
Oh no, I've seen you drive off road before. I mean, you've passed us on a trail driving by. It's like, why are you guys walking?
Yeah. I did it once, and then again, it was what I was known for. It's one of those things where I had a Mini Cooper back in the day, and those things are perfect for the trails. It fits right on it. It was made for it. It was like one of those Disneyland with the cars that like magnetic fits perfectly right on it. And one of the good stories I have is I was driving my car on it, and we got out to look for a cache, and we got swarmed by police. Police, I mean, from every direction. Yeah. Going, what are you doing? And believe it or not, did not even get a ticket. They actually believed me when I was like, what are you doing? Guns drawn. Like, they came at us, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, this is not a road. I'm like, nowhere does it say this is not a road. That's all it took. Nowhere, there's no sign that says this is not a road. This is why you see those stupid signs, like like don't eat the battery kind of signs, or like this is not a road signs. That's why.
Like, it was perfect with Land Monkey earlier today. I call those hot tub rules, right? You see the rules at the hot tub, like,
Yeah.
don't wash your shoes in here. And you go, why would anybody put a rule up like that? Because somebody's done it.
Yeah.
He's done it.
Yeah, that's the hot tub rule, because somebody's done it.
Yeah. So like they can't give me a ticket because I'm an idiot. They can't do that. So it's like,
That's your defense.
and they literally said, get out of here. Actually, I was in Wisconsin. They said, get out of our state. Get out of our state. And fun fact, that's not the first time I've ever been kicked out of Wisconsin. It's not the first time.
I don't think that was probably in the marketing brochure for the Mini Cooper. Great on park trails, but
It was fantastic on park trails. It really was. It was just the right size. It was great. And that's the one I've taken on many a park. The city of Chicago, I'm just driving right through a park. It was great. Yeah, it was good.
apparently you can put gold in the back and drive down sewer pipes too. I've heard. Never mind. Oh, it was a movie.
Yes. You're right.
Ocean's 11.
Yes.
Mhm.
No, it was no. It was Italian Job.
Yeah.
Mm.
There you go.
Italian Job, of
Yeah,
course.
ring the bell. Ding.
Yeah, he had a bad experience.
Right. So yeah. So that was a car great for geocaching. In terms of that. But yeah, it's but again, it's like a lawless day. It's fantastic. Lawless.
Now, the Mini Cooper's not a big car. So obviously, if you've got 12 people going, you're caravanning, right?
Yes.
You're all going together. Okay.
Yes. But those days when I was driving badly, I was that we did not have 12 people with us. No, there was only a couple of us.
No, don't worry. Nobody's really watching the show anyway.
Well, that's good to know. So yeah, yeah, it's a great day, and again, I advise everybody to try it once because it's a lot of fun. It really is. That just not a care in the world in terms of urban caching. You've always got that heightened sense of somebody watching me. At least I do anyway. And there's just none of that. It's like a little freebie day. It's great to go out and cache and not have to worry about it. So especially, you get those really heavy muggle ones, the real heavy muggle caches, like those people that put it like right in front of the door of a KFC or something like that. And you're like, come on, man, like those, feel free. I mean, like, go ahead. It's easy,
Or, they put it in front of that, in the rockers there in front of those country stores, shall we say?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. What the heck are those things called? Country Buffet? No, not the
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Yeah. Why would you put one here? There's always somebody sitting in these rockers.
That's why.
That's why. But guess what?
Excuse me. Can I look under your chair?
They're not there at Christmas. They're not there.
That's right.
That's right. No. So yeah. So
you've almost convinced me.
do it. I'm telling you, it's fun. I'm telling you, you will not have a bad time. You will not. Yeah. You pick an area
Until you get home.
Tell your wife, you'd be like, give me an hour. Give me an hour.
Yeah.
Give me an hour, and just pick an area and just go, and you'll be amazed. How just no one's around.
I have done that. I don't know. I think I've done it on Christmas Day that way because we used to go out of state for the holidays, and usually while the family was doing something, I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna leave for an hour or so. So.
And they let you do that.
Yeah.
Oh well, good for you. And look at you.
Sometimes I took the kids with me, and my wife got a break. So.
Wow, that even better. There you go.
Yeah.
That's smart thinking is what that is.
Especially if you buy them a donut and they think you're the best dad in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear Dunkin's open.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
It is now.
No word on Tim Hortons, but
I can't tell you about Timmy Ho's. They don't have them out here. I can't have. Yeah. I don't get.
They don't.
I don't get the Timmy.
They have them in Ohio.
They
So I
don't
thought they
have
would be over. No. Okay.
Nope, they don't have them here. Unfortunately.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Well, no, Dunkin'
I
has
think.
the.
I don't know.
Dunkin' has the lock on Illinois.
Mhm.
I guess we don't have any Timmy Ho's here. We're pretty much Dunkin' and Starbucks. That's really about all we got.
Wet Coaster says Christmas could be a great day for FTFs.
Yeah, what's going live on Christmas Day?
Yeah, that means the reviewers got to get up and
That's
things
right.
going
Yeah.
live. And who wants to do that? Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Starcaster says we have Timmy Hose in Toledo.
Yeah. Not in Chicago. Nay a Timmy Hose in Chicago.
What Ghoster says they have Tim Hortons in Madrid, Spain, but not Chicago.
But not Chicago.
Hmm.
No.
Okay.
I have had it though. I had it when I went to Canada. I'm like, oh, I got to go to Timmy Hose.
Mhm.
Well, you have to, yeah.
Yeah, it's a staple.
It's like Starbucks here, they use it for directions. You drive by the first 3 and you turn left to the 4th one.
Yeah, well, it's like Dunkin' Donuts here. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts it's everywhere. Yeah, they're everywhere.
In downtown Seattle, they had Starbucks on opposite corners,
That's fantastic.
right? Because it's too hard to cross the street.
Why should you?
Yeah.
Why should you have to? So yeah, so no Timmy Hose, so we get Dunkin'. So I haven't had Timmy Hose in a year. Last time I was in Canada was with Daryl, and that was probably 4 years ago, I think. I haven't seen Daryl in years because of the pandemic, so I haven't seen him in a while. Face to face, anyway. Yeah.
It's so strange. I've started a new job since the pandemic, and I finally got to meet people in real life in 3D, rather than just 2D.
Oh, I know. Yeah, me too. I was unemployed for 9 months. I was a house husband for 9 months during it. I was making a ton of money from the government. My wife was like, "Don't even look for a job." She's like, "Don't even look." She's like, "Just take care of the kids, take care of the house, do all the cooking, do all the cleaning," because she has to go to work. And so she's like, "Don't even worry about it," because I was making with that Trump money, I was making just about as much as I was making before. Like it was like the same thing. And she's like, "Don't even worry about it." And so I didn't for like 9 months. I was a house husband, and then I went back to work, and I didn't see any of them, because they weren't back yet. It was like March of this year, and they weren't back yet. And then so I'd see them like we're looking at right now, but I didn't know how tall they were. Like I had no idea what they. I'd ask them like, "How tall are you?" Just out of curiosity. I'm just trying to get a gauge.
Mental image. Yeah.
Yeah. It was weird to see them for the first time and actually meet them. And I've known them for months. It was months before I met them, face to face.
I'm trying to get my hairdresser to give me a mullet, right? As long as it looks good in the front for video conference, who cares what it looks like in the back? I said, you could be the one, you could, bring the mullet back. And she wouldn't do it.
She wouldn't do it?
No.
There's totally off topic, but there's a Target right by my house. And there's the in the Target, there is a security guy. The security guy is rocking a monster mullet. I mean, I don't know how he has the BALLSs to walk around society with that haircut. Because it's like, a super mullet. Like shaved on the sides, like long hair, super mullet. I'm like, go rock it, dude. God bless. I want to be like, dude, I had that haircut like 40 years ago.
I had that haircut before you were alive. Speaking of getting back to work, Land Monkey joined us.
Hey, get me caught up. What did I miss?
Scott drives on trails with his Mini, and you can go anywhere. And there's not enough Tim Hortons in the U.S.
Well, that's a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
Can never happen.
I think that was it, right?
That's about
that
it.
was pretty much what we talked about.
Yeah.
And mullets. We got on topic of mullets.
Mullets.
We got into mullets,
I came back in for mullets, so
That's where
I timed that
in.
well.
You came in. Yes. That's when you came in. But no, I'm seeing people wear mullets again, and I don't know what's going on. But
I'm more in the skullet phase. But,
yeah, you and me both. Yeah, look, I don't have it anymore. Yeah.
So if it's a mullet or a man bun, I'll take the mullet.
Yes.
Over a man bun.
Yeah.
If you have to use the word man to describe a hairdo, it doesn't belong on a man.
Fair point.
Just saying.
Yeah. So I don't know when the mullet came back, but is it even back, or is he just rocking a mullet?
He's just rocking it, dude.
He's just rocking a mullet.
Yeah. Maybe
he
never
got
stopped.
rid of it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but God bless. I guess if you have the cojones to walk around the world like that, God bless you, because everybody's looking at you. Because I look at them going, "Damn, dude." Really?
Maybe that's why.
Really? Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Okay, Monkey. Inquiring minds want to know here. How pruned are you?
Yeah, let's see your fingers. We want a finger check.
It's good, man. It's all
He
good.
kept his fingers out so he could touch the laptop.
Yeah,
We don't want to see any more.
It's everything was done with safety first.
Mhm. Sure.
I hot
You'll-
tubbed safely and I hot tubbed often.
You'll never make it in podcasting. And clearly you don't cache with Scott Berks.
Right?
That's what I've learned
I
tonight.
don't, but I very much look forward to one day having the opportunity to cache
Yeah,
with Scott and
we've
go
never
find some
met.
ammo cans in the woods.
We've never met face to face, have we?
I don't think we've had that opportunity.
I don't
No.
think we ever have. No. Well, I'm going to the. I'm going in August to the
That thing in August?
that thing in August.
I hear there is a
Awesome.
thing in August. Yeah,
There's a couple
Yeah.
of things in
couple
August.
things.
Thing. Going one of those things. Maybe there. I'm going there
For sure.
I'm going there for
The
a couple-
anniversary of an anniversary?
Yeah,
That's right.
I know. They should have just waited till the 25th. Let's just end it. Go wait till the 25th.
No, because then GeoWoodstock would have to go another 3 years. No,
No, they can have
no.
they can still have GeoWoodstock. They're gonna get on
Yeah,
this.
but I
I
don't
know
want to
it's your
push the
baby, and I
planning
know
off
it's
another
like
3
Canada,
years.
But like, come on, they could still have GeoWoodstock. People would still show up. They're like, come on.
We're
Let's
expecting
show up.
lots of people to show up. It'll be a lot of fun.
People would still show up, even if.
Hey, we're
even
teaching lackeys here.
There you go.
There's a thing in August?
There's the
Yeah.
thing.
There's a
There's
couple
at least
things.
one thing. There's a couple of things.
Couple
There's
things.
the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, just take a week off in August. You'll be fine.
Right. I think
At least a week.
I am.
Mhm.
But so I think I'm going to go to Seattle. I don't think I'm going to Canada. Sorry.
Oh, Scott.
I know, but no,
It's
but
a week before.
No, because I'm
You
going
can
to
do it.
Seattle and then I'm going to Alaska.
If you do it the other
nice.
way, if you come from Alaska, you hit Canada and then into Seattle.
Could. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah. So the
You
plan
know, it's just like a 2-hour drive from the headquarters to Canada, so you'll be fine.
is Canada.
Well, that's true. And from what I've been hearing about how Scott drives, maybe it's a 1-hour drive.
I don't
He
speak.
may or may, yeah.
You
He'll
do.
get his own.
You drive
border
a straight
crossing.
line.
You're making it up now.
I'm not saying you're speeding. I'm just saying that you're just going to go in a straight line. So
No, I've never been to that. What province is that up above Seattle?
British Columbia.
Yeah, I've never been there.
Well, Scott,
Yeah, I know.
you
I
gotta come
gotta-
visit, man.
I know.
Gotta let me take you in the Jeep out in the mountains.
I would
Go
love
find
to.
some ammo cans.
I would love to. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. I would love to. Trust me, man. After 2020, I'm still trying to recover from it, man. I'm still trying to.
Yeah.
recover. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's why we found 35 states this year. It's just
Right.
like, we're done with this. We're still vaxxed and all that, but like, we're done. Like, I can't sit around and do nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can't.
Everybody's losing their minds.
I
Yeah.
can't. So
Yeah,
we're like, we
exactly.
just, we took a couple of flights, a lot of road trips, a lot of miles on the cars, and it's just we were safe. We did it safely. We weren't being stupid, but we haven't gotten it, and but it's like we just couldn't do it anymore. We just had to, get on with our lives and wanting to travel. There's always places
Mhm.
we wanted to go and do and see, and it's funny is 2020 we had 5 trips planned for 2020, 5 trips, and we took 1 in January before everything hit. Like we went to
Mhm.
Texas in January for my birthday before, and like that was it. And like the whole year, and then the next trip we took, I think, was January. I think like a year later, so I was like, oh God, no, I'm sorry, I'm lying. March was the next trip we took for spring break. That was the next. So we did over a year. We didn't go anywhere. We cached locally for an entire over a year. And
Like the rest of the world, I think.
yeah, I didn't like it. I like getting out. I like seeing other places. I like, so it was a good year for this year. I never in my wildest dreams ever thought I'd see 35 states in a year. It's
That's amazing.
I think 12 new states. I think really that's
Okay.
crazy.
So
That's
so
a
of
good-
those 35 new states, or 35 states,
Oh.
maybe not new ones, but the 35 states you visited in a year, are they all sort of contiguous, or did you kind of hop around?
Well, we did. Well, yeah. Different vacations is what.
Okay.
Different trips. I shouldn't say vacation. Different trips. I did. Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, home in a weekend.
Okay.
We did over Thanksgiving break. We did New England, so we hit 12 states in 2 days. We hit 12 states. Just ding, 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 ding. When we went to Well, we went for spring break last year. I'm sorry, this year. God, this year has been so long. It was spring break this year. It was like so long ago. Spring break this year, we went to Alabama. We went to Gulf Shores, which is a really nice beach place in Alabama, and we drove there because we got a beach house away from everybody else. We, it was just the family. We did COVID safe. We went to Walmart once and got a ton of stuff, and didn't, and just we're safe. And so, but we hit every state on the way there, and then we came around on the way back. So, so it's just ding, 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 ding. It was great. So once we realized, we're like, we got a real shot at this. After that trip, and then a couple more trips, like we got a shot at doing this. But we have to. New England was the bust. Because that's like 12 states. So we knew we can't get away with this. We're not going to do this if we don't hit New England.
Right.
And so like Thanksgiving was the only shot because me and my wife were both, we both have kids from previous marriages. And so the beauty of, if there's one good thing about being divorced, and trust me, guys, divorce sucks. But if there's one good thing about divorce is every other weekend and every other holiday, you don't have your children. And if you're a geocacher, that's fantastic. So, it would just turn out this was a no kid year for Thanksgiving. Well, okay, there you go. We're going for it. So, we hit New England this year, and both of us hit the 30 spot right there somewhere in New England. I think Massachusetts or something like that was the state for me.
Some of those states there in New England, you really have to plan because you can drive right through it. And you're like, wait, I'm leaving now?
I mean,
Rhode Island.
It is beautiful though.
Rhode Island
is gorgeous. Oh my God. We went to, beautiful. Rhode Island's oldest. So beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
I think 2019. Anyways, before the pandemic, Laura and I did a road trip through the New England, all the states, and we hit. I can't even remember how many states we hit, but a bunch, and it's just beautiful. And we went out into the peninsula out in Massachusetts, and just.
Did you get Massachusetts oldest?
Yes.
That climb, that monster freaking.
Oh, but the view of downtown Boston from there.
I did that at 6 a.m. I did that.
Wakey.
6 a.m. My and it's funny because I took video on. I'm like beet red. It's like, oh man, it was a hike, man. At 6 a.m, man, I got my blood pumping at 6 a.m. That woke me up. But oh my God, the view of Boston is just breathtaking.
That's amazing from there. Yeah,
God, it's gorgeous. Yeah. So I've never been to the east. Like I've been in New York and New Jersey, but I've never seen Connecticut. I've never seen any of those states before. So those were all new states for me, and just beautiful. I fell in love with it. It's just gorgeous. Connecticut. I fell in love with Connecticut. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
So so we hit it. So we knew we weren't going to do this without New England. So we got it. It was nice to do that and to get that. To get that 30. The worst part about it is that the 30 states in a year challenge is when I say right down the street from my house, it's right down the street from my house. Right.
So it's been taunting you.
It laughs at me. Years laughed at me. Years laughed at me. And you can't hide it. I don't hide caches. I don't do that. It just said, it was the old come and get me, come and get me, come and get me, and chanting at me. And so, so we finally, at the beginning of this year, we talked about, we're like, let's try and make a run for it. Let's see if we can do it. So we were going to do it in 2020, but we're like, let's try and make a run for it. And we knew with spring break, if we did this correctly, we can get we had 15 just from spring break, 14 states just from that alone. We were halfway there because we came around this way and the way back, around the way back. And then we hit Florida, we took one day and went to Florida. It was an hour away. It's like, boom, we got Florida. So yeah, it's 30 is hard, but it's definitely doable. It is definitely doable, but you need the East Coast for it to get.
I was going to say that doesn't work so well on the West Coast.
No.
You can drive, an entire day and just go through 2 states.
Yeah, you need the East. Yeah. And like I said, Jesse's not even done. She's still going. She's going on a 10-day drive. She's going to go hit all of New Mexico, Arizona, Oklahoma. She's gonna go hit, and all the states coming down, and she's gonna hit 45 states or something like that this year.
Taking Route 66 there, just kind of.
I don't know. I don't know
okay.
her which way she's going. I have no idea. I'm not going. So I know how to take care of the dogs. That's my job. I take care of the dogs.
You're a good husband.
Yeah, tell her.
All right. I'll message Jess. I'll let her know.
Nice. Well, we kind of just rolled right into the after show there, didn't we?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Scott, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Land Monkey, be still. You're giving me motion sickness. Thank you for joining us. You know what? We might have to have you on to talk about how did you travel through all these states.
Sure. Anytime.
That'd be great.
Sure.
And folks, thanks for tuning in. We hoped you enjoyed this episode of Caching in the Northwest.
Land Monkey would like to take a moment to thank Land Sharks and Gold Country Geotourism. They're our corporate Denali level sponsors. He'd like to tell you that landsharks.ca is the outdoor adventure and geocaching store. You can check them out online, and they ship online orders daily. Anything else, Land Monkey?
I don't know. I kind of like to just not pay attention and then find out
Land
that
Monkey
there's. Yeah. What else would I like to do?
He would love to tell you, for absolutely amazing geocaching adventures, check out exploregoldcountry.com. That's Scott. That's one place you need to get is into Gold Country in Canada. Oh, they have a geo tour. They have 4 geo tours there that'll blow your mind.
Okay.
You'll find ammo cans in the
where in
woods.
Canada is it?
It's
Sorry?
in British Columbia.
Oh,
That's in British Columbia. It's 3 hours from GeoWoodstock.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyways, hey, you know what else?
You know what else Land Monkey would
I-
like to tell you?
Hey, how about if I get to say I'm actually paying attention for a moment. We would love to thank our faithful Denali level supporters. It's Land Sharks, Gold Country Geo Tour, Team Scroll, Groovy Owl, and Cashly, the geocaching app. If you want to know more about supporting this show, click that Patreon link on the cashingnw.com a website.
Like T. Sayer did.
And GeoNav Pros.
And say Yehov.
And RE54321.
Fairwood West.
Trexer Zero.
Oh. Kid Vegas 19.
Broncos Fan for Life.
Boomer 365.
Dora Moore.
UDEC.
Korsgat.
Kitty Quest.
The Geo Travelers.
Wino Seattle.
Kennel Barb.
Ackerduck.
Unteus.
Great geocaching name, Bad Lunch, Gas Station Tuna.
Best name in caching right there. Best name in caching.
Greenwords.
Alarobrick.
Seaback Tribe.
CRS 98.
Logwork.
Tick Magnet.
Limax.
Kev MacD.
Utox 2 Rocks.
Just finding our way.
Subway Mark.
3 Hams. And a Rose.
Skyhawker.
Keats 94.
M Nerve.
Camp Clan.
Our favorite kitchen appliance, the LG 9000.
GSM times 2.
On a boat.
B Pendragon.
Genies.
Donners.
MC3 Cats.
Wet Coaster.
Sprouter.
Pete Chip Washington.
And Team Noltex.
Thank you to all of them. And once again, thanks to Scott Berks for joining us. If people wanted to follow you or reach out and get in touch with you, how would you prefer them to do that?
Well, you can see me every Wednesday night at the Geocaching Podcast. That's geocachingpodcast.com. You need to get a hold of me on social media. I'm just literally Scott Berks on everything. On Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. It's just Scott Berks, one word.
Where did you come up with that name? That's so catchy.
It's very
Yeah.
Some listeners said it best. They're like what they say. It was really funny, and I can't remember what it was. It's so late here. They said, oh God, I can't remember what it was. It was fantastic though. But like, you're so transparent, dude. Like, it's so easy to like, everything is your name. Like who does that?
Well, you know why it's such a great geocaching name? It's because your mom came up with it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, the best, and sorry, I'm totally hijacking your ending here, but like the best part is I meet people and I'm like, hi, I'm Scott Berks. They're like, oh, I'm Gary. Like, no, that's my catching name. They call
Oh.
me their real name. They like feel bad. Like, oh, I'm Gary. Yeah, sorry. So it's really awkward meeting people for the first time sometimes. Sorry.
Hey, folks, thanks for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Your support helps keep the quality shows coming. If you like the show, click the Patreon link on the cachingnw.com website. And if you didn't like the show, let us know what you want us to talk about. In either case, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and more. Subscribe and give us a review. You can call into 253-693-TFTC and leave us a comment, ask us a question, or offer to replace Land Monkey's waterlogged laptop any time of the day or night. And of course, you can email us at feedback@cachingw.com. Join us every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Pacific for a live show and chat. The show is produced by Chris Umfenauer, Jim Paulwitz, and Jay Kennedy. And me with my pronunciation issues. It's also licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, copyright 2021 by Chris Umfenauer. Folks, and until next week, get out and get caching in the Northwest.